Hello everyone, welcome back to the workbench for part 3 of the HO scale MK50-3 build series. I know it's been quite some time since the last part, and I apologize it has taken me so long to get around to filming this. I haven't had the motivation for the past few months to make as many videos as I used to, but I'm hoping to get back into cranking out content soon. To recap, early last year I got a hold of a couple Pacific Northwest Resins MK5000C shells and decided I wanted to build a couple of the Utah Railway MK50-3 rebuilds that currently reside on the Kyle Railway. Just a couple weeks away was the 2023 Elk City Fremont setup, so I was really hoping to get them built in time for that. In the first two parts, I tried to show how I went about building the locomotives, and then I left off right after I got them primed and ready for paint. At that point, I was starting to run behind schedule for getting them done in time for the show, and had to work overtime to get them ready, and I forgot to film most of that. It got so last minute that I was actually putting the finishing touches on them in the hotel room the night before the setup. But just in time, I got them ready and was able to put them to the test on the Elk City layout. I published a running video in February, and that leads back to where they sit now, over a year later. Overall, they performed pretty well at the Elk City show. I had installed ESC V5 decoders with the built-in power packs to make sure they ran smoothly. I was relieved that my custom drive shafts and truck bolsters didn't shoot off and held up for the long running on the Elk City layout. After a little while, I did run into an issue with 5002. It had appeared that the front truck had developed a cracked gear or something. I haven't opened it up quite yet, but that's seeming like what it was based on how it was running. I was able to unhook that drive shaft and it ran fine the rest of the setup. Overall, I'm fairly happy with how they turned out, but there are some things I wish I could have done better. And I won't even pretend like I didn't rush the construction of these, and that led to some things being a little rougher than I would have preferred. The 5002 ended up being the better looking motor of the two. Its frame sits a little flatter, and the shell itself was a little more solid overall. 5003 had some issues with the shell warping on the ends, and it sits kind of at a weird angle. It leans to the left pretty badly. I'm hoping I can remedy a fix for that. I'm not too sure if it's the way the truck bolsters are or if it's the way the actual shell's sitting on the frame. It's kind of weird. Eventually I plan on going back through these and doing some touch-up work. The side handrails, especially on 5003, could benefit from being redone, and the yellow stripes need to be thicker. At the time, I could only get a hold of an older micro-scale Utah Railway decal sheet, and it only had the thin stripes. But that is about where I'm at with these two units. This will be the last video they appear in for a while, because I've got many other projects that are higher up in priority, but I'll get back to them eventually. I'd be happy to answer any questions you may have about these in the comments, so please feel free to ask. I hope you've enjoyed this video, and until next time, I'll see y'all later.